Thank you for joining me again for another episode of Love and Relationship. My name is Ndon Indon. Today I want to talk about the three major limitations of love. And I want to use the parable of the sower, the three kinds of soil that did not profit. And I want to use that to illustrate the things that challenge our relationships. So in the first kind of soil where Jesus was explaining, he said that the seed that was sown could not bring forth because the person who received it did not understand the word. He said because there was no understanding, so the seed was unfruitful, and that's when the enemy came and stole the seed from the soil. Now, I want you to understand something, that understanding is one of the major things that are needed in a relationship. That is why misunderstandings and disagreements are, for me, one of the greatest limitations of love. And I say to people, in one of my books I've spoken there, that if I were to do a mathematical formula for love, I will say that love is equal to understanding plus agreement. The truth is that even if you meet a stranger today and you don't know the person and you guys began to converse, as you communicate with one another, if the person seems to understand your ideologies, your opinions, and seem to agree with you in different aspects, and you also agree with the person, you also understand the person's ideology, I'm telling you, you are not far from being friends. Because the truth is, where there is understanding and where there is agreement, there is a bond, a relationship is built on that. So I want you to understand that one of the greatest limitations of love is misunderstandings and disagreements. And that is why you see, the Bible said somewhere in Amos 3 verse 3, it said, can two walk together except they agree? He said no. So when I see a relationship, some people ask me, how do I know that is the right person? How do I know this is the right relationship? I'm going to tell you one of the ways you know. If you are in a relationship where there is more misunderstandings than understanding, or there is more disagreement than agreement, then for a fact, that is a wrong relationship. Because that's more like the relationship has failed. If you're writing an exam, if you're writing a test, and you have more wrongs than right, you have failed the test. So I want you to understand, building a common understanding and working in agreement is very important for any relationship. Whatever happens, you and your partner must always be able to sit down together and come to a common understanding and agreement about the issues and things of life. It cannot be one-sided. It cannot always be your way. It cannot always be the other way. The thing is, there must be a compromise. There must always be a way to balance things out. So the more you have misunderstandings in the relationship, the more both of you go apart than come together. The more you have understandings and agreement, the more you come together. So I don't know what is causing misunderstanding in your relationship, but today I want you to listen to me. Understanding is very important. So sit with your partner and see how you can have a common understanding on issues. The first soil could not profit because there was no understanding. Now, a lot of time people say to me, what do I do? My partner is not listening and all of that. Listen, your partner may not listen to you, but are you listening to your partner? Is there a way you can understand the perspective of your partner? And sometimes I encourage people to ask the right question. Ask your partner, what's going on? Why are you doing things like this? I mean, I think we should go this way. You know, there are ways you communicate to your partner, and your partner will listen to you. But there are ways you talk to the person will not listen. So I want us to aim at having more understandings in our relationship and more agreement. You must learn to work in agreement. Whatever it is that is causing disagreement, you must sit down with your partner and iron that out. So I will be back in a short time. Okay, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. I was talking about the first limitation of love, which is misunderstanding and disagreement. The second one is failure to choose your partner. Failure to choose your partner. You see, I'm talking about the soil, the sower, and the soil which he sowed in. The parable of Jesus that he was explaining in, I think, Matthew chapter 13. So you'll find that story there. Now, the second soil, Jesus tried to explain that seed could not prosper because of persecution. It's like the seed did not have roots in itself. So when there was persecution, when there were challenges, when there were situations, now the seed died. And in a literal sense, it happened because the person did not have roots in that which the person was doing. And now when there are challenges, when there are issues, the person gave up. You see, in marriage, a lot of times I say to people, you see the vow that people make on the altar. Oh, with my body, I share my body with you, I share my wealth with you, with my body, I honor you with all of that. I say to people, that is more of a job description. That's the truth. Because you see, all of that, you're just saying it, they give you a job description to do and you're doing it. But the truth is, for you to know that you'll be able to do that, you need to know your salary. The salary in a relationship is the vision you have for each other, the vision you have together, what you stand to achieve in that relationship. So, and you see, the challenge here is that some people make those vows, they don't mean it. And these days the pastor say, repeat after me. So you're just saying what the pastor said and you finish, you're done. And when you are being reminded of, oh, come on, you said for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, you say who? No, I didn't include cancer. It was only headache. I didn't include that. Because the thing is, people did not mean what they say. Now, the reason the second seed did not prosper, the second soil did not bring forth, was because there was no root. In other words, as a human being, when we don't make choices, when we don't make decisions, we go with the flow. When the wind is boisterous, we are going to be knocked out. And I try to use the story in the Garden of Eden. I said to people, love are two things for me. Love is a discovery and love is a choice. Adam discovered something in Eve. He said, the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. And now he made a choice. He said, you shall be called woman. That is a statement of choice. In other words, it's like him giving his name, man, as a surname to her, woman. So he chose her. He did not say donkey man, lion man. He didn't choose any animal that God brought to him. He chose this woman. And that is why even when this woman caused that he lost his estate, he did not divorce her. He said, let's go together. I chose you. Sometimes people don't understand what it means to choose one another. You must be able to choose your partner every day in order to build a loving relationship. You don't go with the flow. It's not when things are happy, things are fine, we are fine. No, that's not how to build an enjoyable relationship. Love is a choice. You choose. You made a vow. You made a commitment. You choose that person over and over. You are there for that person. You are there to work things out. So when you have not made this commitment, that is why when challenges come, people easily give up. There is a small problem. Oh, you didn't pick me up on time. I'm separating. We are divorcing. You didn't call my mother. We are divorcing. We are separating. All of that is because people did not make a choice. They only said what the pastor said they should say. So today I want you to understand, if you want to build an enjoyable relationship, if you're already in one, or you've not started one yet, if you're already in one, make a choice to love your partner. Make a choice to be there for your partner. If you've not started one yet, whoever you want to marry, please decide within you. Make that choice to say, I will stand by you no matter what happens. That choice we make is the root that we send in our relationship. We send it to the ground. And no matter what happens, we cannot be moved. I believe that is why the Bible says when God was speaking to the children of Israel, he said them, choose this day whom you will save. Choose this day. And Joshua said, as for me and my house, we will save the Lord. That was a choice. And whatever happened, Joshua was not moved. He had already made his choice. So failure to choose is like the second soul. When challenges come, it will knock you off. So I want you to understand that it is necessary to make a choice. I'll be back. Welcome back. Now, I want to talk about the third limitation from the third soil that did not bring forth. And you see, in that soil, Jesus was explaining that the reason the soil did not bring forth was because of the case of these lives, the deceitfulness of riches, the things that, people put their heart into. It choked the word and the word did not prosper. And in that sense, in the area of a relationship, I would like to say that one of the things that can choke love and destroy love is self-centeredness and lust. You see, when you come to a point when people marry and they are filled with lust instead of love. I mean, lust is the desire they have for other people, the desire they have for other things. It can choke the love in the marriage. It can choke the love in the relationship. That is why one of the things that destroy relationships is cheating, adultery, infidelity. It has a way of destroying a relationship. So I want you to understand that you have to be focused on your partner. Now, I always want to ask people one question. What is it that we are trying to find in another person we can't find in our partner? Because if God has given you a woman has everything a woman has. He's given you a man has everything a man has. Now, I think the problem is that we are looking for ready-made things and we are not working to build what we have. So if you can focus on building your woman to become that kind of woman you want, you can have the kind of woman you want. You focus on building your man to become that kind of man, you can have the kind of man you want. And I want to say this for those who are struggling with infidelity and adultery. Please understand this, that you see, sometimes people see a side chick, the other guy. Some people call it a blazer, whatever they call it. The other person outside as an extra income, especially for those who are married. I want you to know that now, that might be an extra income, but it's not profit. For you to say you have profit, you must deduct the expenditure from the income, and then you can say you have profit. So when you think about what you stand to lose in that cheating, that 5 minutes, you stand to lose your partner, your job, many things you stand, your integrity, you will understand that no, this is not a worthy investment. So I want you to think in that direction. When you see those temptations, understand that no, this is not profit. It might look like extra income. I'm not ready to invest in this because the expenses are going to be more than what I stand to gain. So today I want us to ask God to help us, deliver us from lust, and let us build an enjoyable relationship. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, God bless you.